Welcome back to lovefromaleo. So for this video, we're going to be doing a who is your future spouse pick a pile reading. So what's going to happen is you are going to pick a number 1 through 3 and go ahead and meditate and figure out which pile you would like. We'll just go ahead and skip to your particular timestamp depending on which group you have. The first pile will be Pyrite, which is group number 1. The second crystal and pile deck will be Tiger's Eye, and the third one will be Gold Kyanite. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into this reading, okay? Okay, group 1, welcome to your reading. We are starting with your Pyrite energy. So with the Pyrite energy, this is something that you've always wanted. Pyrite is related to fool's gold, so it's something like abundance, prosperity. You probably will be spoiled by this person, but they also, I feel like, are someone that you find very attractive. It's something that you are very physically drawn to. So you may be in a relationship with a Libra sun, moon, rising, and or Venus. So a Libra, so an air sign, so someone who likes the finer things in life. I feel like this relationship is going to unfold very quickly. You're ready to jump right into Temperance. So this is something that you've been waiting a long time for, and I think this person is very patient, and I feel like they give you the space to be who you are. Like, they don't expect you to always have all the answers, or they don't try to judge you, or they don't try to nudge you into doing things that you're not comfortable with. I also feel like they're very peaceful, like a very quiet person. Maybe they don't say much. And I feel like they're always trying to add to you emotionally. Like, they're always trying to fulfill you emotionally. Like, they enjoy making you feel good in more ways than one. With Mars here, I definitely feel like this person is going to be someone who's very passionate and driven towards what they want. So if they have a goal, they're going to get it. Nothing's going to stop them. They also are very masculine in nature. Whether this is a female or a male, it doesn't matter. This person has a very masculine side to them. And I feel like they're fighters. For some of you, it could be someone who's in martial arts or jujitsu or boxing, something that deals with the body. And that their spirit is that of a fighter. Like, they are someone who's been through a lot, they survived a lot. So their desires that they want with you is the King of Swords. So they want security. I think they want truth in the relationship, and they want balance. You guys could be very non-traditional when it comes to gender roles. So for example, instead of the woman being a housewife, maybe you guys are of the belief that both parents should work, or maybe you believe that whatever is easiest for the couple is what they should do for the household, regardless of the gender. So I feel like there's kind of like this new age type of thinking when it comes to this relationship, but I also feel like security is a big factor. Like, your future spouse really admires the dynamic that will be had between the two of you, and I really feel like they will see you as their equal. So the way that you may meet this person is maybe in a spiritual setting, or maybe you manifest this person. Like, you literally manifest this person by putting in affirmations as to what you want in a partner, or just working towards certain energy that would just naturally guide you towards the person that you want. If this is something that was like internal, so it's like you manifested this person, or you could find them at a church or something like that, or some type of spiritual event or a festival. Partnerships and alliances. You guys create a lot together. You guys could possibly create a family, especially if you guys are the type that wants to expand on that. 3 is kind of a pattern in this pile, because we have 3 of Swords here, and then 3, which is partnerships and alliances within this deck. So what I'm seeing here is you guys create, or one of you guys comes up with an idea, which is probably the Libra counterpart or the air sign. They come up with an idea, and then you guys somehow find a way to merge together and create this. And so I feel like you guys may find each other in a workspace, or you guys find that you guys work very, very well together, almost effortlessly. Like, you guys have certain attributes that just mesh very well together. And so when it comes to making things happen, or having a family, or creating stability, or just having a business in itself and working on projects, you guys do very, very well with that. So in the dynamics of relationships, you guys seem to be very balanced. Obviously, with this person being a Libra or having Libra-like qualities, they're definitely going to be looking for a balanced relationship. And so I think you guys support that within each other. I also feel like you guys will be together for a minimum of 3 years at the very least. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. Wow. You guys could also find each other through friends or people that you know. So maybe you guys find each other through coworkers or partnerships or a friend that you have. I feel like it's a friend of the friend type of situation where you're introduced to each other. So that's it for group number 1. Thank you guys so much for watching your section of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up. Alrighty, group number 2. So if you chose the pile with the tiger's eye, the person that is going to be your future spouse is most definitely going to be someone who's very dynamic and fiery. Without even looking at any cards, I do feel like they're going to be a Capricorn, or they're going to be a Leo, maybe an Aries. I just feel very strong energy, so intense as well. If they're not those signs literally, then they could just have that energy. So the sign that this person could very well be is a Taurus. Okay, so we have Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. This is also a person who could be very determined and fixed on what they see as foundation for themselves. I do think this person is going to want a family in the future, or they value family already. If this person doesn't want kids, they are someone who has a lot of ties to other people who have kids. So for example, they're the uncle or the auntie, or they're always someone who's bringing over gifts. You know, they may not have kids, but they do value being that person in the family. You may have to deal with being around other people's children or just family in general when you're with this person. Just gonna flip over and see. We actually got 2 past life cards, so I do think you guys have met each other in the past, literally in this life, but also in other lives. Like, you may be tied to this person karmically in a spiritual way. So you may find that you find this person whenever you were feeling very low, or maybe when you feel like you were trapped, or maybe at a time where your self-esteem is very low, or you just feel like you are in a hamster wheel in life. Like, you feel like you have no control, and this person kind of steps in and brings you a little bit of light for the end of the tunnel. High priest or priestess, this person could be very spiritual, or they somehow have this aura about them that calms you down. It's almost like they make you feel as though the world is much bigger, like you're stuck in a small box, and this person comes into your life and they expand your mind, or they expand your perspective. So this person could definitely be someone who has big goals, big imaginations, big dreams that they want to achieve. And I also feel like they're a person who doesn't take nonsense. Like, when they hear you, you know, being sad or pitying yourself, they're the type of person who's not going to let you sit in that type of environment or that type of energy. So they're very go-getter. They don't like crybabies. They don't like needy people. They don't like to see people being weak, especially if they love them. And so this could also mean that this is a person who's not going to be very emotional when it comes to opening up. They may be a little bit guarded. I do feel like they may be stubborn as well when it comes to the way that they see things fit, but I think that's part of their fire. That's part of their passion that they bring to the table. They're very fixated, but also they are willing to evolve and be mutable to a certain idea if it'll be a better and bigger idea for the end goal. Does that make sense? So it's like, if they can see something better, then they'll merge for it, but if they can't, then they're just going to stay stuck to their own specific perspective. So it can be very difficult if you guys clash a lot when it comes to making decisions. Let's see, we have Cancer here. So I do think that they have an emotional side to them, but I feel like this is something that they are only comfortable with around their family, around people that they trust, people that they consider home, family, maybe close friends. Until you are a part of that circle in their life, they will probably be guarded. This is a person who may be shy. But I also feel like this is a person who's very independent. Like, they don't need anyone to do anything for them. So don't take their shyness and their quietness as weakness. It's not weakness. They're just almost so dynamic that they don't have to assert themselves physically or talk. So this, I feel like it's a masculine energy, but I feel like it's a very quiet, it's like a feminine masculine. That makes sense. So let's go ahead and move on to this next card here. We have 6 of Cups in reverse. So right off the bat, I feel like they may have past memories that weigh into the relationship that you guys have. So almost like you have to be the person to take them out of their memories and take them out of their trust issues. Like, they probably have deep trust issues. But they trust you enough to know that, like, if you're telling them things are the truth, then they're going to trust you. but they do have a lot of trust issues. So if that's something that you are not comfortable with, then you might not have much fun with this person. We have the Taurus card here again. We have 5 of Pentacles. And as you can see, here's the Taurus energy right there. So their inner desires is to change the way that their finances are. Like, I think they want to build. I think they want more foundation for themselves. But I think foundation also means family. It also means having a home, building a legacy. Like, it's more than just a house. So they are going to be counting on you to be that counterpart, whoever you are. Whether you're the female or the male, they want to expand. They want their garden to grow. They're very fixated on that. And I think it's because in their past, maybe they didn't have the best family situation. And so you being their family, they want to create something with you from that in their life. It's very important for them. It's almost a goal. And then the last card we have is the number 2 card, which is movement, choices, and decisions. This person has been through many phases in their life, and they've almost been many different people. Like, depending on who you ask from their past, many people give you different versions of how they remember this person. And so if this person is settled down now, you may find that people are like, really, like, you guys got married, or really you guys are together now? That, you know, they'll be surprised about it. So I would say if you're a person who gets very annoyed by this, then this might be something that takes you off. But if you're a person who doesn't care about that, then just be aware that this is probably going to happen a lot. But I think that you are making the conscious effort to choose them. Like, you know everything that comes with this person. This person isn't a light spirit. Not to say that they're a bad spirit or anything, but I just mean they have a lot of experiences that are attached to their spirit. They have a lot of past life issues or maybe karmic ties that are showing up. But because of this, it's made them stronger. And that's why this tiger's eye is what came up for this pile as well. It's like everything that they've been through has made them stronger. But with all of that strength also comes stubbornness. So you would have to be dealing with that as well. But I do feel like it's going to be something that is worth it if you love this person. If it's too much to deal with, then it's probably going to be really hard to deal with this person. I feel like you guys will be in a relationship for 2 to 4 years. But yeah, I feel like you guys are brought into each other's life for a reason. To teach each other something about foundation and staying stable in some type of way. So that's a beautiful thing. All right, group number 2. I think that's all for you all. If you like this, please leave a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Leave a comment and let me know what other readers you would like to see. And subscribe if you would like to see more. I'll see you later. Hi, group number 3. Okay, so if you are group number 3, you picked the pile that had the gold kyanite, which is basically kyanite with gold specklings on it. So I feel like this person is going to be someone who stands out very, very boldly to you and also other people. They're just someone who shines. They may be a Leo or maybe a Leo ascendant. Someone who really just takes center stage and they just shine, okay? So let's see what signs are coming up. Taurus. So this could be a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. I feel like this is someone who takes charge. I feel like this is someone who's very adamant and fixed on the way that they want things done. I also feel like they are very emotionally tied to their passions and their goals. They're very driven. So they could be very career driven, or maybe they're the boss of their own business. And so they're very emotionally attached to what they have built for themselves. So let's see what other cards are here. I'm just going to flip them over first. You also got 2 cards for your past energy. So this person is someone that you know from your past lives or from your past life in this life. Transportation and the arts. So with the arts, this person is definitely someone who's a creative person, and I think they either create or they have their own business. Obviously, it would be connected to the arts, so music, film, writing, I would say, but more specifically towards creating a sound. So I feel like with music or maybe production, instruments. And transportation, they also may have an admiration for cars. I feel like they are very into automobiles, collecting or even just knowing about them or how to fix them. They're very connected to automobiles specifically. Here goes that Leo energy here. So even though and also the 5 here. Okay, so here we go. This is a very, very creative person. So Leo rules the 5th house, and so that's all about creativity and children. So I feel like they may be very fixated on building the future or building with children. So for example, they may be a teacher, or they may be someone who does a lot of fundraisers or something like that, sponsorships, scholarships, but they're very dynamic. They're someone who's in charge, and they're naturally the leader. So if it's a person who works at a school, they're the principal, for example. So I'm very interested to see how you guys even met in the first place. With transformation here, with this card, I definitely feel like you guys met in, or you met them at a time where they were still their old selves, but once they met you, they started to change to someone else, or they started to show a different side of themselves. So instead of being so rough or tough or whatever this energy is, dynamic, you kind of soften them up a bit. I feel like you added a feminine touch to them, or they, when they're around you, they feel a little bit more softer, like they can open up more to you. And this is very rare. So this person doesn't show this much to many people. They're very guarded. Not to say that they don't appreciate love, but they're not a fan of public display of affection. They don't like to be too out in the open with their love. So when they are showing this and the little things that they do, it kind of lets you know that they are opening up to you and just for you, because this is not how they are. They're dominant, but only when it comes to like business and things like that, and their personality. But when it comes to emotions, I think they like to be on the low end of things. But you somehow bring that out of them. Now, King of Wands in reverse. So this is definitely someone who has fiery energy. I feel like in the past, you guys may have had an encounter where one of you guys embarrassed each other, or you guys had a bad first impression, and it kind of rubbed you guys the wrong way. Somehow you guys like still ended up being together. So especially if this was a work situation, it's one of those situations where you guys hate each other as coworkers at first, and then sexual tension builds up, and then somehow you guys are together because you realize that you guys don't hate each other. You're just like constantly in competition because you guys are so much alike. So I feel like that's what happened with this situation. I also feel like this person is in some type of like authority over you, like as a boss, or maybe they run one of the businesses that runs your business. I don't know. But I do think there's a hierarchy with this situation, or maybe they just project themselves as being higher than you, or maybe they've worked there longer, something like that. Two of Swords is the desires. So for the desires, I feel like they want to see the other side of you. I think they want to see what's deeper about the part that they can't see yet. Like they want to see the emotional side of you. Does that make sense? But I also feel like they want to see this by having conversations. They want to pick your brain. They want to have real conversations. Like this person, they're not entertained by just how you look. They may be enticed by that, but it takes way more than that. Once they see that they are interested in you just a little bit, like you have to then prove to them that you are smart enough to even hold a conversation. So I almost feel like this person is a little bit on the condescending side, but it's like they don't try to be, it's just who they naturally are. It's like they demand a respect from people that a lot of people are afraid of, but for some reason you're not afraid of it, and they also find that intriguing because most people are afraid of this person. Like they're not afraid, but they are afraid to open up or be normal around this person, and for some reason you're not, and they like that. It's like, even though you're a soft person, because I feel like compared to them you're very quiet compared to them, but for some reason they really admire the fact that you are not afraid of them. Like you don't, I don't know, it's like something about you, they want more of it. And so I feel like it's constantly like this hunt. Like they enjoy the hunt with you, and you'll see the longer that they hunt you, the more that you open up to them, the more that you'll start to build on that transformation energy. And then sooner or later, you guys are probably going to be having kids and stuff together. I'm seeing 5 here, so there's going to be huge changes when it comes to you. And I think with children, like I think you guys are going to be married and have kids. I feel like you guys are going to be married for 5 years before you have children, or maybe you'll end up being engaged for 5 months and then you'll have your first child, something like that. Like 5 is of the essence when it comes to this. And so yeah, change is huge. Wow. They could also be 5 years your senior, because I do think they're older than you. But yeah, group 3, I think that's all to say about your future spouse. Let me know how everything is going for you guys. If you like this, please leave a like on this video. It helps me out so much. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. And last but not least, comment and let me know what other videos you would like to see. And I'll see you in the next one.